The only rest you will find is if you turn round and leave this place. Staying here, I cannot guarantee your safety.
Okay.
Well, I was about ready to rest in the stairwell before the
Yeah, I know.
I think that this would be fine. We could try it. Just camp out on the lawn.
I mean, we can set up a watch.
Yeah. And, at least Kastan and I only need 4 hours.
So we could set up a good watch for me and Eremos to go, and then one of you take another 4.
Yeah.
The old man's just sitting there cryptically.
I have an idea, but it will require us to use the tablet.
Oh, go on.
What's the plan?
Are you saying this within earshot of the man or no? Just curious. I don't know what you're about to say.
Well, I don't know.
but
I guess what
curious
we're
if you could
after he kind of tells us that are we staying in the cabin to rest? Are we? Because we have to go back down that way.
Yeah, he's not getting out of his chair, so you could step outside the door and he wouldn't hear you. But this cabin is kind of a you notice there's no beds in it, but it is a single room kitchen and living room area. There's no bedroom or anything, so he's sitting in that chair. If you step outside, though, he can't hear you. So up to you guys.
Earlier, when we walked in, he told us to get comfortable. I definitely took a seat somewhere. I pulled out my mug that can magically give me a beverage.
Nice.
So I had a nice ale going, and then I made a little fish bowl for my octopus to be chilling in.
Nice.
So I think after he tells us all this, I think we should reconvene outside to kind of decide how we want to go forward.
Before we do, I looked out the window. Does it seem like anything's changed?
No.
Okay.
It hasn't changed because we haven't moved that carpet. Eremos says, looking at it very curiously.
Yeah, I'm let's not move that until we're ready.
I'm not ready to.
Don puts his hand down. He was about to druid craft a nice little breeze to move the rug. Oh,
that would have been interesting.
Oh,
I'm tapped.
Yeah, I think that it would be a good idea for us to rest. It seems that we've done a lot today, and it seems like we have much more still to go.
Yeah, let's pitch camp outside.
Sounds good.
I think we could just take watches, because I was thinking so after we walk outside, I don't know if we could use the tablet in ways that, we don't know much about it. But I didn't know if maybe there was a way we could use it to create some kind of shelter, or maybe use it. I don't know. It seems to have unknown uses to us, but the use of it might require us to fight another one of those of something. Ooh.
Eremos, is your idea to cast Identify on the tablet, not using the tablet as a spell focus?
Well, that's actually Rex's idea, not Eremos' idea. Eremos probably doesn't know anything about identifying magical items, but as someone who loves to play an artificer, I'm all about Identify. So if anyone has the spell Identify to cast,
well, I don't think that you would knowing what you know about. I don't think that you would use it as a focus, because we know that much about it. I think that you would want to know more about. You would be using your own magic to try to figure it out.
Eremos doesn't have Identify. He's saying if any of us has Identify.
Oh, I thought I said that you were going to cast Identify. Okay.
No, he's saying he would if he was an artificer, but he doesn't.
Paladins
As a
cannot
player,
cast
you know that.
Yeah.
Keep in mind.
It's a wizard or artificer spell.
I forgot to...
Or maybe a druid or a sorcerer? I don't know.
Sorcerers can have it, but...
Keep in mind, last session, I didn't mention this in the recap because I kind of forgot about it till just now, but you guys did, when you initially examined the stone dais that is now the tablet, when you did cast the investigation and arcana checks on it, you found that it could be a spell focus, you could ritual cast stuff through it, you could cast stuff through a spell slot, and you could also cast spells
Oh, you
Exactly.
don't know.
That's what
right.
I was. That's what I was going
thinking. That we
for.
would have to use it, and we would have to risk summoning whatever.
So that's the
but
thing.
it's a
Like
first
we
level
could
spell.
use the rest of our. So I was thinking we could do a like out of character, a Leomund's tiny hut.
Or how
To
about
have.
Mordekainen's mansion? I mean, it's unlimited. Like spells we don't know.
I know, but I feel like that's I don't know that the amount of magic we're going to be putting through it. Either
Yeah.
way, at least that one's more defensible and where we can see out of it.
Yeah, because if we make, who knows how a stronger spell impacts the tablet and what bamfs out of it.
Yeah, we'd get a dragon if we did.
Yeah.
The mission, probably. Yeah,
Just an ancient red dragon, just like, well, campaign over.
Right.
That was
I cast Wish, and a Tarrasque appeared.
Oh no!
I wish for the Tarrasque to be gone.
Get all the XP.
Oh, man.
And level 20.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I wish I was strong enough to beat the Tarrasque.
Ta-da!
Level 22 unlocked.
So we
but-
can use the tablet to cast Tiny Hut on itself, or use it to cast Tiny Hut. I'm fine with either one.
I'm down for that.
So either way, we'd probably be going into a
Let's
combat
do
with
it.
the
A
last
quick
of our.
combat, yeah.
So, what spell are you guys gonna cast?
Do you guys want to identify it first
I
to
think we
figure
should
out stuff about
start
it?
with identify to see
Agreed.
what it can do, and then if we feel it's necessary and safe now that we have all the information, I think it would be then good to cast Leomund's Tiny Hut.
And if I'm not mistaken, sometimes the extra effects from casting a spell through the tablet have been beneficial. They're not always.
Yeah, the
That's
con
another.
is the summoning of something we have to fight.
But no.
But one time a
sometimes
daylight
instead-
spell came out of it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. That because we were fighting. Yeah, we were fighting things that were probably like not.
we
great
were
against.
already fighting something, and then I cast daylight on the dais. But instead of fighting another something on top, something good happened. I don't remember what the good was, but it was not a negative effect.
Oh, I
So it
thought
might
that
be a random chance.
did it also didn't it cast daylight and also summon something, or am I remembering that wrong?
It cast daylight and it gave us another benefit. I don't remember what it was, but it was
Okay.
nothing more to fight at that moment.
I think
I think it like amplified the daylight.
well, it amplified my Thorn Whip earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm happy to cast Identify on it, or does anybody else want to take that?
Does it
wouldn't
make a
mind-
difference?
I wouldn't mind doing it if it either way. Because now when you offered it earlier, I was like, now that we're.
I think Hassan might be a little afraid after he summoned 2 mummies. He's like, I don't know what I did. I must have done it wrong. So
Well, I did, and I did bring up the idea to the group. So like I know that you have it. So I was just like, so we
So
could.
I'll hand it.
If you guys want to risk using it, we might get some beneficial uses right before we rest.
Let's try Identify.
So I hand it to Tide. So I guess question on how this works mechanically.
Yes.
Would we, so by casting spells that we don't know or don't have access to, do we have to ritual cast it? Or would we be able to expend one of our own spell slots of the same level of spell we're trying to cast in order to get it to function?
So here's how it would work. With that, if you ritual cast it, because you have to be a little more slow and deliberate, I would have you roll just an Arcana check or religion check if that's higher for you, to ritual cast it, and it would be DC 12. On a success, you cast the spell as you intend, and then any amplification from the dais would occur. If you fail it, then I would roll kind of a random table to like add a chaos magic effect to it, just like if you cast it kind of wrong.
Turns into a potted plant.
So there might be some
That would be
extra
weird.
consequences on that. And then if you cast it with a spell slot, the DC would just go up to 14 as opposed to 12. Does that
Gotcha.
make? Yeah,
Okay.
so that's kind of the way I'd homebrew that. So
I wouldn't mind taking time to like identify it with ritually while we're
Identify is a
casting.
ritual spell. So
Yeah. I know, but he's saying the DC is lower if you take your time to do it, which I think I like
Exactly,
knowing the tablet.
yeah.
I think I would like, especially like I think the process of ritual casting would probably give me more insight as to how it works over time.
And I'll try to help you if I can with my knowledge of identification practices from other magic users.
Yeah, because this was like also like almost a religious artifact to an extent. I think when we first ran into it. Well, you thought it was.
A dais is typically.
While they are doing that, I'm going to sit down and just write a letter and then roll it up and hand it to Olive. This is me casting Animal Messenger.
Okay.
And then she's going to walk through a little portal that opens up and disappear.
Oh, okay.
And I will message you what I am doing.
Please do. That's exciting.
All right.
I'm just gonna unsheath my blades and
Prepare.
prepare. I'm ready.
Okay. I kind of just, as we were talking, sketched out a little map of the cabin roughly. And so the surrounding area, like I said, there's nothing, just grass. So do you guys want to kind of be like 50 feet away roughly from that cabin?
Probably for the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be away from it. What's the old man doing if I look through my octopus?
He's just sitting. His eyes are slightly closed. He's just kind of resting. He's like, that looks half asleep.
My octopus just like in his bowl. Just...
Yeah, just lurking, just hanging out, you know.
Doing like beatboxing with the suction cups.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we identifying?
Let's do it.
Really quick, I am going to text Matthew really quick about something. Give me one moment here.
And Kastong, you have guidance, right?
I do. I will. Should I? Yeah, I'll throw that to you.
I have it myself, but I feel like if I'm concentrating on something like this, I wouldn't have
Sure.
like last minute put this on me.
Guidance is a concentration spell, and ritual casting something is concentration as well. So yeah, you would cancel your ritual if you cast it.
Okay,
Also,
so
holding an action is a concentration action too.
real quick, I just kind of picture you guys standing roughly in a circle, all kind of facing inward at this tablet as you prepare to cast Identify on it, you know?
Mhm.
I'd be the furthest away, just in a advantageous space, just in case there's a wherever the creature appears, because it appeared like 50 feet away or 40 feet away the last time in a random, I'm guessing random direction.
So you're kind of like got your bow ready, like looking around, like ready to.
I got my swords.
Oh, swords. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because I focus with swords.
Cool. Well then, because so no one has Identify, right? You guys would have to do that Arcana check, like I said. And we're doing ritual casting to make it the lower DC, correct?
Yeah, I'm assuming that I'm familiar with the spell, but I don't know it myself, so I'm like taking extra time to like remember exactly how the sequence goes.
Perfect. Then make me that Arcana check and do it at advantage though, because everyone's kind of helping you do this. You know what I mean?
Kastan will throw a guidance toward Tide.
Okay, sweet.
Well, so you guys see, like, I put the tablet down, and like water kind of starts like circulating around it, and like the water will eventually start shaping into runes that start kind of like going around this tablet as it tries to like figure out what's going on.
Nice.
Oh, dope. 18 on the die. 19 plus 23.
Nice. Okay, so you figure out how to cast that, no problem.
Rolled an 18 and a 16. I was like, okay, good. Like, I think the dice want us to know what this is.
Well, perfect,
so keep in mind with Tide, with your octopus hanging out watching the old man sleep. If he does anything, your octopus can like alert you mentally. So
it could, mentally tell me what's like something's happening.
Exactly. So you guys cast the Identify spell, and because Tide's the one who's casting this, as you finish casting it, you have to touch the item that you're identifying. So you touch the spell, and you immediately learn all of its properties. And I'm going to tell you those right now. I can also send this to you written if it helps.
Yes, that way I can have like a copy of it.
Actually, yeah, then I'm actually just going to send this to you right now.
I can read it over while we fight whatever horrible thing's about to come out of the tablet.
Sorry, these are just kind of like my sketch notes. I'm going to make sure they're like written
no worries.
cohesively for you. Give me 1 second to do that.
Perfect.
And so this is the casting like consequences that I just messaged you for the type of spell. And then
what is identify?
Yeah, identify is
Divination.
divination. Yes. So, in a moment, y'all will roll initiative. Okay. So I just kind of sent you.
These are the things. This isn't detect magic the same school?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So it's going to be those Dementor things.
Yep.
Oh God.
Can everyone roll
That's
initiative,
great.
please? Yeah.
All right.
No, seriously, because another nat one.
Oh no. So that's a 4 for you, right?
Yeah, makes sense. I'm writing a letter.
Yeah. 13 for Eremos.
17 for Tide.
Right. Berkus, yes. What's your modifier on that? Oh man.
+5, so I got a 6.
Okay. Give me a second to write these down.
I was just like, oh
Copy
hey,
me,
that's a really
cousin.
cool spell. You can send an animal that way, like, huh?
Yeah, I'm sending a letter to my grandma.
Oh, really cool. Oh shit.
Okay.
Does she have like any family recipes? Like,
I can ask. I'm
oh
sure
yeah, that'd be
she's been
great.
cooking for millennia.
Yeah, absolutely, Ladrin. Like, we live a while. Like,
Yeah,
I bet there's some amazing recipes. I'd love to know about those recipes.
yeah. I'll make next time I write her a letter. I'll ask.
Great. I'd really appreciate it.
Grandma, cousin Berkus wants to know. She's like, who's Berkus?
Who?
Like,
And then so do I so this thing appears because kind of last time it didn't. I mean, we attacked it first and then it specifically targeted, but do I know that these things are immediately hostile to whoever casts out of the tablet, or is it just like an enemy appears and it's going to do what it's going to do?
So far, you've observed them be immediately hostile to any creatures nearby, which so far has only been the 4 of you. But they have been immediately hostile. I just sent you all a map real quick. S1 and S2 are your Dementor guys. They appear kind of around you guys. There's 2 of them.
So we could possibly use this to our advantage. Possibly.
So I think there's some good usage we can get out of it.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes. But right now, since you guys are the only creatures nearby, as soon as you cast this spell and Tide suddenly goes, oh, I understand how this works. You guys all do immediately notice that around you are 2 of these sudden Dementor things, and they are actually pretty hard to see in this already dark place. So this is going to be an interesting fight. But Tide, it is your turn first.
Cool. Is it kind of like between us? Like,
I just sent you in the map channel. So
that's true. You did send us that.
Based on how you're facing Tide, you've got one about 20 feet to your left, 15 feet to your right.
Oh, fantastic. There's 2.
There are 2.
I probably just didn't hear you say that.
oh no.
It'll be okay. So I'm going to. Okay, so I'm closest, I guess, to S1. Okay, so I'll do the first one, the one that's on my left, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on it.
Okay. And that's a ranged spell attack, correct?
It is. It's my last first level spell slot. I don't have my owl. That's a it's only a 9.
9 does not hit, sadly.
Fantastic. I was like, it's gonna miss, of course. Okay, cool. And then I will I'm gonna move so I'm not immediately out in the open. I'll kind of move so that I'm between I'll move down so I'm kind of like between Verkus and Keston.
Okay, perfect. I will put you right down there.
I was like, I should have saved my turn, so I'm flanking. I didn't do that.
That's okay.
It happens.
Eremos, you are up next. 10 feet behind you is one of these shadow demons, and the other one is 25 feet in front of you.
Ramos will start punching his feet like he does when he enters his comet state, and he'll just
Nice.
like really energetically rush up to the one that he can see in front of him 25 feet and then stop immediately before it.
Cool. So you'll be pretty much within 5 feet engaged with it?
Yes, I'll be engaged with it, and it will take some comet charge damage.
Sweet. Does that make a save for that, or it's auto hit?
I'm referencing my character channel.
Cool.
You're going after the first one or the second one?
The one that I was facing, he said one was behind me. And one was
so
in front of me.
that one's labeled S1, so Shadow
S1.
Demon 1, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to move in a straight line for 30 feet, so I'll like
kind of push
back up,
through.
probably not seeing the one behind me. I'll probably back up right into that one.
No, it's 10 feet behind you, so you're good. So yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna roll 4d6
Nice.
because it makes a dex save, and then it takes half if it makes it.
Okay. And what's the DC on that?
It would be.
Well, it rolled a 9, so it fails.
What's my charisma? Yeah, it fails. Yeah.
You're good.
Okay, so roll 4d6.
So
those are some good d6s.
Jeez.
That's
nice.
how much radiant is that? Radiant damage?
Half of it's radiant, half of it's bludgeoning. So let me see what it says in the character channel. If the first two are
Criminy.
or if
The 2 6s are radiant.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's radiant on that. Oh, that was sweet.
So it's
So
half
12
radiant, half
8
bludgeoning.
bludgeoning.
Yeah. 12 bludgeoning, 12 radiant, 8 bludgeoning.
Oh, that kills it. It's it's vulnerable to radiant, so that was just enough. Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. That was so great.
Yeah, so you hit this thing and it turns into like fog and just disappears immediately.
And you see me reaching for my morning star like I was gonna smite it also, but then I turn around when I see it just
you can still turn around and smite the other one.
And I don't have enough movement to get back to the other one, but I will just yeet one of those null spears at it from across the way.
Go for it, yeah. Roll like a ranged attack with proficiency.
Oh yeah, I'll just.
I love it.
I'm gonna imagine that every time he does this comment attack.
16 hits.
Oh man.
It's also cursed. It's completely a cursed image, but yeah.
Oh man.
So Eremos, what was the effect of that sphere again?
It's just
can't
gonna
look
do
at that.
6 non-magical piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Cool. So yeah, you hit it with that. So the second one takes a small hit, but you see it like it moves slightly slower through the shadow, but it doesn't look like it does much damage. But you do hit it for some damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my
solid turn. All right. Yeah, you defeated half the enemy force. Well done. After Eremos would have been Shadow Demon 1, but it is now dead. Shadow Demon 2 is going to move over, and it will attempt to attack Kastan is the closest enemy. It's going to go for Kastan.
I am technically seated on the floor as per my earlier statement, so I would be considered prone.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so oh wait, no, not sweet. That means it gets advantage.
Sweet for
I'm just gonna be honest.
Sweet for the shade.
That's a nat 20. I'm so sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Let me roll
Can I
this.
go back and
about that in
not
this
remind
campaign.
you about that?
I can. Oh.
This is where Kastan dies.
This is enough dice. I'm just going to do it in the chat channel instead of with physical dice. Give me a second here. Oh God. Okay. So.
And he has the fewest hit points too.
19.
Oh my God.
19 psychic damage, because in the stat block it says if the Shadow Demon has attack on the roll, it doubles the psychic dice, and it got a crit, so it went from 2d6 to 8d6 plus 3. So Yeah, you take a ton of psychic damage as this thing just reaches down and just like claws your head, and you see just images of all the things, like you see images of like stars disappearing from the sky that just bothers you on a fundamental level as you
Kastan
take
starts
19 psychic
vomiting.
damage.
Just
Oh gosh.
vomiting.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got a concussion at this point. I'm just like,
Oh wait, hang on. Did I typed 66. Wait, let me do the
damn
math here.
it.
It was 40. Yeah, so it should have been 8d6. Okay, so let
Roll
me
two
do my
more.
2 more. Yeah, my bad. So plus 11, so 30 damage.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
no, you're
down.
unconscious.
I'm so down.
Ah, oh no. Okay. So yeah, you start seeing stars, not the good kind of stars, and
So
then
like, I write this letter. I hand it to Olive. She's like, "Bye." And I'm like, "What's going on?"
oh
And
no,
out.
oh no. Well,
Oh,
everyone,
my.
you
Because I can
see,
do a lot of radiant damage.
this might be the first like serious death saves of the campaign.
I did go down once.
Oh, that's
no, I almost went down once before.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
When you were fighting the
constellation
goblins
gave
and that thing hit you
Yeah.
in the chest, yeah.
I didn't have
No.
those temp HP that day. We're
Yep.
not under the tree of Nearfan today, though.
Nope. So
No.
everyone sees Kastan gets hit and was sitting and kind of like just flops over, unconscious, not good.
Vomiting.
Yeah. Vomiting and like convulsing slightly, let's say. Verkus,
Passes
it
out
is
of the
your
pool
turn.
of his own vomit.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Yeah, Verkus, this thing is 15 feet away from you.
And it's right over Kastan, right?
Correct.
I'm going to. Okay, I'm gonna run up, and I'm gonna use my action to aid and stabilize Kastan,
Nice.
and then use my bonus action to use my last phase step to teleport Kastan 30 feet away.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so will it teleport you as well, or just him?
Nope, just him.
Okay. Any particular direction? I figure just away from the Shadow Demon, right?
Away. More, yeah, away, like north.
Kastan would be
probably.
thrilled if you
Oh,
knew his
north,
cousin
okay.
just saved him like that.
Yeah. And then just unsheath my blades.
Cool.
And that's my turn.
No, that's awesome. So you run forward. I picture you like you grab Kastan and you just like pump a little bit of healing magic into him and then just face step him out of there and then draw your blades, and that's your
Yeah.
turn.
Yep, and he's just stabilized. He's not
Conscious or
Conscious.
anything. Yeah.
Okay.
So did that put him at 1 HP for stabilization?
No, he's
just
just at
0,
zero.
but not bleeding out. Okay,
right.
perfect.
So no death saves.
Okay, so Kastan, it is your turn, and you're down for the count for now. When you get to 1
Okay.
HP, you can get back up. So sorry, buddy.
No worries.
Actually, though, just for narrative flavor, I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
This isn't going to impact mechanically. This is just for fun.
17.
Okay, with a 17, you feel like you're looking at some new constellations that you've never seen before, and it just kind of gives you like, you feel like a moment of panic, and then you're like, wait, this is cool, and you're just kind of like chilling in like
Where
this
did
weird like
these
semi-ethereal
come from?
state. Yeah. So as you're having an interesting trip,
I'm like looking for my star map and I can't find it. I'm like,
right, you're just like, where's my body? Where am I? Like, what's happening?
Yes.
It is Eremos' turn. Eremos, you are 10, 15, or 5, 10, 15.
Wouldn't it
Did
be
Tide get a turn?
my turn?
Tide hasn't had a turn yet.
Oh, my bad.
I went
Tide,
first,
you are
but I
next.
do go before Eremos.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, you are at the top, and I accidentally shoved the piece of paper onto my laptop and covered your name. So yes, Tide, you are first. Sorry.
Cool.
You are 10 feet from the Shadow Demon, and Kastan's body is no longer directly between you and the Shadow Demon, so you have line of sight 10 feet.
Cool. I'm going to put my hand on the tablet. If I already know a spell that I'm casting through it, I don't have a spell slot for it, can I still like oh no, I would have to expend a spell slot.
Right.
But I do know this. Well, actually, perfect. And I'll do that. I'm going to 2nd level guiding bolt through the tablet.
Okay.
Which also, because it's an evocation spell, heals everyone within 60 feet of me by XD6 amount of HP.
So that would be 2d6 if you want to roll that.
Dope.
Yes.
So
You're muted, Rex.
So an evocation spell.
Yeah,
Yep.
I learned these
So do
properties
everyone,
through
Even
identify.
the shadow demon.
Correct.
But so that is still gonna, and that is gonna heal our enemies
So
as
it's-
well.
It will
But
heal
it's
the
going
enemy
to do
as well.
something antithetical to the School of Magic because evocation is like a DPS school, so it heals.
Yeah, that's so
Divination
interesting.
is like a knowing school, so we get these dementors that could probably steal knowledge or something. Like
That's so fascinating.
And it's 5
Thank you.
HP.
I homebrewed this myself.
That's so cool.
So 5 HP.
In my little
Everyone
notes
heals
app. I just made this up on my phone. Yeah.
I rolled the D4 to bring the level up by 1 spell level.
Cool.
Mhm.
So it's a 3rd level guiding bolt.
Damn.
But I still have to hit on it, which would be great if I did.
If you do
Kastan's now
double
up.
damage, bro, it's gonna be like 14d6 or something
So
insane.
Now, keep in
Right.
mind, everyone heals by what he just said, and that does put the Shadow Demon back at full health, though, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
everything within 60 feet
Wait,
heals
no,
by
was
that.
How
assuming
much was the health?
Yeah.
5.
5.
Okay, I'll take it.
So, Kastan, you open up your eyes and you're like, oh, where'd the stars go? No!
Why do I smell gross?
Okay, so this will be 66 on a hit.
6d6, nice.
Okay, which die are you gonna do?
Its AC is 13. Best of luck.
13!
Wow! Yes!
I rolled a 7 on the dice.
Oh!
I was like, no, not again.
So you
Not
just,
again.
you just barely hit this thing. Let's see the damage roll.
4, 7, 9. Ooh, 9, 14, 20, 24.
That's a kill.
48.
Because it is vulnerable to radiant damage, so that destroys it.
Nice.
Yes.
Just I like put my hand on this slab and then like I pull out like my spell from it. I just throw it right at this thing.
And right as Tide does this too, a little glow of green light envelops the dais or the little tablet, and everyone else has this kind of shimmer around them, and they heal as that happens.
Interesting.
Yes. Now, that defeats the last monster, so the air is clear. We're out of combat now. Kastan, you do not feel well, but you are alive.
I feel so gross. Why?
I immediately run to Castana and use 9 of my 10 remaining points of lay on hands to restore 9 hit points to him.
Nice. So you're feeling a little better now.
Just looked out the tablet. I'm like, okay, so good and bad. Most spells cast out of these things is gonna put an enemy on the field. But it's I feel like there's still more to learn from it.
Now
We'll
that
figure
you
this out.
know, now that you know what's going on with that, I feel a lot better about using it.
Yeah, agreed.
We could prepare. We could also like say if they're just hostile to things, we could very easily use this as like an escape kind of like.
A distraction, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually tied with that identify spell, I forgot to mention this. You would also learn that the enemies summoned are not sentient. They will attack anything that is not the same as them. So when you summon the shadow demons, anything that's not a shadow demon, it will attack. So they won't attack each other, but you or other enemies, they will typically go for whoever is closest to them or whoever dealt them damage last.
Interesting.
Yes. That is what you would learn from identify.
But you have to be touching the tablet to cast from it, so you're innately going to be close. Inherently.
Actually, and the distances that the positioning of the summoned enemies, that is randomized. AKA it's DM discretion for making the tactical battle maps.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of narrative, this is random chaos magic. Oh, yeah.
Love.
I mean, yeah, just if a thing just appears out of it, but like, okay. All right, everyone. So
what school is Liamon's tiny hut? What kind of effect?
it's
is that
also
gonna
an
get?
evocation spell, so it would
Let's
be
do it.
safe
Really?
to cast.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do that then.
I need to sleep. I'm gonna nap right here.
I'm going to, if someone could help me
Yeah.
with this ritual cast again, and then also I'm going to guidance myself on it. So I need to get a 12
I'll help you.
Arcana.
I'll give you aid so that you have advantage.
And then Keston, may I have a guidance again?
I'm gonna nap right here.
Touch my hand.
Are you gonna help me find the sleeping place?
Yes, there will
Yes,
be
yes,
sleep.
it'll.
Does someone want to
okay.
cast prestidigitation on Keston, get the vomit off him? No.
Yes, I clean him up.
I'm like holding
Okay,
it.
cool.
I'm like, thank you so much.
I do beat the Arcana check for
Perfect.
Land in the Tiny Hut.
Perfect. Well, then this little hut goes up. What do you want the hut to look like from the outside, just for flavor?
I think what happens is like a big sphere of water just expands and then goes translucent. Since it's like you can't see it from the outside.
Yeah.
And then when you walk in, it just like it's immediately like cooler. Like there's just like a cool mist hitting you, but you're not getting wet. Like
Nice.
And then it's just like luxurious, like on the inside, just comfortable couches. Like, well, actually, it's not very big. It's only like I think on the inside.
Well, it says it's
a 10-foot radius.
Yes, but
Unless it
9
gets
creatures can
amplified.
fit inside the dome.
Oh yeah, 9 medium creatures can fit here. So
yeah, so all of the creatures and objects are barred from passing through besides those who you let in, and spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome, so you guys are completely safe in here.
I think as we walk in, like water starts shaping like chairs and benches and stuff, and then they'll just solidify in place, and it's like not cold to the touch, but it very much looks like it was made from ice.
That's awesome.
I dig it.
The sound collapses on the first thing that looks comfy.
Same.
And he just like
fills up on the
slides
grass.
on it.
So as you
very
guys enter
nice.
your very own fortress of solitude, everyone gets a safe long rest.
Awesome.
Let's go.
This is the
Levels up
first
to level
time.
4.
Did we get
This is the
XP
first
for
time that
those?
Keston actually
Yeah, he
sleeps
added it
for
to
like
the
a full
chain.
8 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, Keston goes for the full 8 hours, even though he doesn't need
Yeah.
it. Just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys did get some XP from those shadow monsters. I put those in the XP chat, so
And we can finally level up.
yes. We will level up and then end the session there because I have to go to work. Unfortunately, I would totally
that's
keep
fair.
playing for another hour or two, but yeah. So
Just
let's.
quit your job. It's fine.
But I love it. It's fun.
Just play D&D with us all day.